Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Boozor here. Today's video we're going to be focusing on my picks for the best HYDRA epics in the game. Let's jump right into it. So, number 5, my pick for best epic HYDRA champion will be Rollguard. So the reason why I pick Rollguard, so obviously let's go over his kit. A1, decreased defense chance. A2, this is what he's known for, his max HP, big slam. The higher difficulty you get in HYDRA, the more damage this deals. And his A3 hamstring, so quad hit, chance to decrease speed. Turn meter doesn't apply to HYDRA, but it's very good against like Dark Fae, for example. This is just a very, very good move. Good debuffs, got decreased speed, decreased defense, so accuracy makes sense on him. But the reason why I picked Rollguard as number 5 and not any higher is because his base stats are actually really low. So if you look at his base stats 771 defense. It makes him really hard to keep alive. He has very low base speed as well, and very low base HP. So his stats don't really help him out too much in HYDRA, especially when you get into higher difficulty. So you definitely need him with good stats, or high enough stats to keep alive in HYDRA. So for me, like I haven't built out in Relentless just because I don't have Reflex, so Relentless or Reflex would be best. Savage would also be viable. If you don't have any of those sets, just broken sets is fine. Give them good HP, 50k HP. Give them good accuracy for the difficulty that you're handling. So for me, I'm doing Nightmare difficulty, so 330, 340 accuracy is probably necessary. Crit damage, you're looking at about 230, 240 to get a good near max or max hit, because max HP damage is capped. And then obviously you want good speed for your difficulty that you're doing. So for Nightmare, I prefer 220 for my damage dealers, 250 plus for my debuffers. Masteries, you're going to go down to War Master if you're doing boss content. You could take Flawless Execution if you're struggling for crit damage. And then you take down the support tree for Master Hexer. I took Master Hexer for extension of his debuffs. You could also take Cycle of Magic, so you get an extra chance of his max HP hit. That might make more sense than some of this. But I do use him in dungeon content as well. So, but yeah, so these are the masteries I got on him. And yeah, for me, he comes in at number 5 just because his base stats make him way too squishy to be very consistent. It makes team building around him also hard, and also gearing him also hard. So that's my reasoning for number 5. So for number 4, basically his brother, basically Husk. Husk is basically an improved version in some ways than Rollguard, because Rollguard is super squishy, but Rollguard deals a ton of damage. He deals more damage than Husk. And he also brings decreased defense and decreased speed, which is awesome. But Husk, he is an HP based champion, so 21k HP is actually really good. He has 6k more base HP than Rollguard. He has higher base speed. He has lower base crit damage, but since the crit damage is kind of capped for the enemy max hit, it's not too hard to hit the max crit damage, usually like 220 to 240. I built him in similar fashion with Relentless gear. It's easier to pump up his HP. His damage he also hits based on his HP as well. So I got 62k on him. Good speed, accuracy to land his provokes. So his so obviously he has his big max HP hit, but his other big role is actually his A1 provoke. He doesn't have as good chance on it. He has a 40% chance double hit, so that works out to so 40 over 40. So that's about like, sorry, we'll do the quick math. I don't want to give you guys some wrong info. So 40% chance, but 40% chance, so 16% chance, so 86% chance of landing. So his double hit has a really good percentage chance of landing. landing the debuff, as long as he has the accuracy to do so. So give him accuracy, he can be a backup provoker for you. And yeah, he's just a really good champion. He's similar to RG, Rollguard, but I put him one slot higher in the fourth position just because of his higher base speed and his more important debuff, which is provoke. It's also a debuff that not too many champions that are HYDRA viable actually have. So that's what kind of makes him that much more special. Similarly, I have him in War Master. That's the important mastery. He has no extendable debuffs, for example, and I didn't want accuracy on him because I could handle it. So I took some extra defense and healing mastery. You could go HP, but it's not too much here to offer for Husk, so I took defense. And yeah. So he comes in at number 4. So number 3, I actually took Geomancer. And the reason why I took Geomancer as number 3 is because on one of my accounts, I actually don't have Geomancer at all. And I've done all content without him. Yes, he's super important. Yes, he's one of the best epics in the game for all content, boss-related content. But he's actually not... He's replaceable for HYDRA damage. You could use, like I said, Rollguard. You could use Husk. Husk or Rollguard can replace Geomancer. Yes, he does a lot of work. Yes, he has decreased accuracy on an AoE. Very, very strong debuff as well. And he has obviously HP burn and he has damage reduction. So he's a great champion. He's a great champion. He does a lot. He does a lot of damage. You want him in Relentless, Reflex, Refresh Accessories so he gets more HP burns. He's low base stats. Kind of hurt him a little bit, but he just really needs accuracy. He doesn't need crit damage. He doesn't need, he doesn't need attack. He doesn't need crit rate. So it's kind of easier to build in that sense. So just make him fast, good accuracy, as much survivability as you can. He's going down to War Master now. If you guys, that's his new updated, since he got updated, he's War Master. He used to be Giant Slayer, so make sure you guys got him in War Master. You want Hexer for HP extension, and then Sniper for increased chance of accuracy. Life Drinker for HYDRA content. And yeah, so the reason why I put him at number three is just because he is kind of replaceable. He is basically here for damage and damage reduction. Decreased accuracy, while good, isn't super necessary, so you can definitely get away without it. And in terms of damage, you can substitute Geomancer for Rollguard or Husk. And Geomancer, similar to Rollguard or Husk, will get less effective in lower difficulties. So he's actually, he's replaceable. Obviously, HP burn is good. It can bypass the poison cloud. So there's that. And his damage reduction is very good. So he will be higher value than Rollguard or Husk in that sense. So that's kind of like how I thought of it when I was grading him. It's very easy to put him as number 1. But I think that's my reasoning to put him at number 3. So number 2, I picked Shamael. Shamael is number 2. He basically single-handedly makes the Torment Head into nothing, into a joke. So the Torment Head becomes a positive when Shamael is in the team. Shamael just makes your team go crazy in terms of damage output, survivability, everything, recovery when he's on the team, when the Torment Head is out. Torment spawns in the starting lineup 3 out of the 6 rotations, so 50% of the rotations have a Torment Head to start. And we all know that if your team is not ready for a Torment Head and the Torment Head spawns mid-run, it's not going to be a good time. And honestly, since the Torment Head is actually kind of hard to deal with the ways that Plarium wants us to deal with it, which is with Veil, there's not too many viable Veil champions. Rector Draft, Tatura Rhymehide, Duchess, Cleansers, Tuhan Arak. There's not too many. And the Fearhead is actually really, really annoying. But Shamael makes it so trivial. that I feel like every roster needs this guy, and it's very hard to replace this guy. I know if Torment head was up, and I don't have Shamail, I'm relying on cleansers. Um, just because I don't use Duchess super highly in my Hydra teams. So I rely on cleansers to deal with the torment, the fears. So I think his ability is just ridiculously special and hard to replace. Um, that's if you even have a Duchess. So his passive basically, whenever your teammate gets a fear, he removes it, gives them turn meter. And yeah, so and the turn meter gets applied to your leader champion, so your leader champions will speed up. So you want your leader champion to be like somebody like that has a turn meter boost or a heal or some kind of team helping ability. So that would be a maximum benefit, or a damage dealer, so you get more damage out of your leader. And then he has this triple hit, big slam here. This thing can deal a lot of damage. And then his A1's kind of weak. You don't build him with accuracy, so he'll never do any of his debuffs, like his true fear and stuff. But he has a big slam, and he has the fear removal. I give him Phantom Touch for extra damage. I have him geared up in Relentless. He's kind of slow. It's hard to pump up his defense too much. He has good attack, no accuracy. I give him damage because he is a damage dealer in this comp. For me, I've seen some builds where you build him with resistance, so he can resist mischief steals, but I couldn't fit the stats in. But I do recommend building him with damage, just so he can help you out to release some of your champions. But for me, he comes in at number 2 as the second most valuable epic for Hydra. Definitely build him out. I have 3 built out, 2 geared out. My third one might be an arena one. I haven't decided yet. His masteries will be War Master and then counter PvE, and then kind of like clan boss style masteries. He doesn't need support. He doesn't benefit much from support at all. So go down defense. And PvE content, you take defense and then AoE. Hydra is all AoE. Okay. And for me, the number 1 best epic, I think I will like die on a hill for this champion, is Hugo. I think Hugo is like super irreplaceable. Like, she's so strong as an epic for Hydra. She covers such important debuffs, and it's all in one champion, one epic champion. And the debuffs that she covers, are not super common. Like, her most important debuff is her block buffs, right here. Her block buffs paired with the decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown is just absolutely insane. Block buffs, it actually it's not available. Not available as an AoE on too many champions. So Hugo is very hard to replace for the block buff role. That's why you see her get used in all sorts of teams, all the way to the end game, Nightmare Hydra. Even if you see super stack legendaries, Hugo still gets used. She just covers the decreased defense, the block buffs. She has a leech on her A1, which is helpful. And then she has a team cleanse, like kind of soft cleanse. And then she has this revive, which has saved me once in a while. So, and then she has she has this she has this revive. The revive from this skill. I took cruelty because of the AoE. You could take the healing blessing as well. That could also be good for Hugo. But for masteries, I took War Master just to help her heal from her War Master procs, Life Drinker, and very important, you guys might not know, but her block buffs ability for dungeon content only maxes out at 95%. I believe it's the way it's written. So 50% chance for block buffs. Chance of placing block buffs increased by 5%. So you have 25 here from books, so that's 75. And then usually, like for example, arena, you only get 4 opponents. So that's only 20%. So you have 95% chance to place block buffs. So it's kind of like a weird thing. But for the masteries, make sure you guys pick sniper to add that last 5% so that she's always guaranteed to land 100% wherever she's playing. Okay, make sure you guys pick sniper. Obviously, master hexer to extend her debuffs, very strong. Arcane celerity to give her turn meter to get her back to those key abilities. And I put relentless just because of how important this move is. Like you have to have this up all the time. So all the time up, relentless. Give her refresh accessories if you got them. Reflex also works. Here are my stats on my Hugo. Make her fast, good accuracy, high HP. You could give her resistance as well. It doesn't hurt. I just couldn't fit it in, of course. But yeah, so these are the stats on my Hugo. But they're all kind of like, yeah, these. If you have these 5 epics, build them out. They are super important for HYDRA. You'll use them in some combination. Maybe use all of them in the same team. Occasionally, you might use all of them in the same team. But you will use any one of them in any combination in any rotation for sure. So if you guys got them, make sure you guys build them out. Make sure you guys use them. And yeah, best of luck out there. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. I will be coming out with like some more quick showcases on some of these HYDRA specific champions. And yeah, we'll have a little conversation, how I play them, how I build them. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one.